Hi, it's Karen, the Weekend Craftaholic. Thanks for joining me. Now today I have got 10 different types of cards to share with you, and whilst these are focused on Valentine's Day, you'll be able to adapt these styles for any occasion. So don't just think of these as Valentine's cards. What I'm going to do is basically talk you through 10 different techniques on different styles for your card making. So I've actually put these in order of favourites because I know some of you might drop off before the end, so I wanted to share my favourites with you first just in case, and hopefully you can see okay with the plastic packaging as well. The reason I've done so many for Valentine's, not because I have 10 Valentines, is because I am going to be selling these at work for charity for the recent bushfires that we've had in Australia. So it was a great opportunity for me to get practicing with lots of different techniques and then to share them with you as well. So let's begin. First of all, you can see here, this is one of my favourites. Of course, it's Lawn Fawn, and this is actually one of the ones I'll be giving to my husband. I'm sure he's not watching. I just love the simplicity of it. I got to play my Copics, I got a bit of distress. So my favourite thing, obviously, for card making, if you've not already guessed, the technique on this is just stamping and colouring, and of course using some dies as well to cut them out. I think stamping and colouring is a favourite for anyone in card making, especially a little bit of blending and so on. So it'd be a miss of me if I didn't include it as my #1 for my card making. The other thing that I've got here to show you, this is my second favourite one, and this is just an embossing folder with a little sticker stuck on top. It was a vellum one. This is from the All Heart collection. Now because this was see-through, I backed it on a scrap piece of silver glitter cardstock, as you can see, and just added a little embellishment on it. And this was just with the distress oxides, this was just a spun sugar, and I think it's quite effective. Pattern paper is my next technique. Can't go amiss with this. If you've not got time or you can't be bothered to do a background on your card, use what you've got in your stash. This is one of my favourite pads at the moment. It's only a 6x6, but perfect for card making because the patterns are nice and small. And all I've done is add a bit of ribbon, and then I've got these alphas as well, which I've just covered in a little pink glitter. So it's super quick to make those. Another super quick one, again this was with some of my distress oxides in the background. This time it was worn lipstick, added a few sequins, and this was also from the All Hearts collection. It was just one of the pieces from the cut apart sheet. So if you've got journaling cards or little die cuts or anything with a little sentiment on, you know, let that be the focus of your card. Again, a nice quick way of doing any kind of card. This one took a little bit more time, so this is my mixed media attempt, and you can see here I have used a stencil, and let me just grab it. This was the Vicky Bouton Creative FX Iridescent Glaze, but I did mix in a little bit of the sugared strawberry pigment powder as well, also from Vicky Bouton. I'll put all the links below as always. So yes, mix that in. Put it over the stencil, a little bit of vellum at the back, which I've outlined as well in a similar Copic colour, and then I've got this big sentiment as well, which I've just stuck on the top. So again, it looks quite effective and something you can apply to any kind of birthday. This was a little trickier. You can see it's not quite perfect. This was my attempt at alcohol inks and trying to do an alcohol ink background, but my technique on here as well is calling out the embossing. So this was a stamped embossed. I thought it would be great to just do it in white to tie in with the white frame of this. It did look a little bit lost, so I did go around the edges as well with my Catherine Pooler ink just to match this. I have to say, going off on a tangent, but having recently put this together, I've never stopped using it because when I did my alcohol ink background, for example, it was so easy then to have a look and see which is the right colour to match. So this stood out a mile, so I knew which one to grab. If you've not seen my video on that, check it out because I didn't realise how useful it would be until I got it. The next one, this is a watercolour one, and I used a little ripped piece of watercolour paper, just a scrap piece, and a bit of a two-tone effect. These are the metallic watercolour paints, 2 different colours as you can see. I just drew the outline, and then I've just stuck on, again, some more stickers from my stash. This is one of my favourites as well. I love how colourful it is. This is from the Go the Scenic route. Again, just pattern paper, but this, and again this time using thickers. So this technique really is just Very similar to the last in using pattern papers, but just use your thickers, you know, they really stand out. A personalised card, you know, with someone's name or age is going to be great, and everyone's got thickers in their collection, haven't they? Now I wanted to include these last two. These were from Cricut Design Studio. So unless you're subscribed to that, you probably won't be able to get these. But the techniques can be carried over for anything, I think. So this is my foil effect. Don't know if it's going to come across on camera or not. But I use my foil quill to copy this design. I think it's meant to be layered and cut out, but I just wanted a foil effect. And then it didn't really show as much as I thought it would. So then I've just added this border around the edge. And then, as you can see, this was cut out in kind of a stencil type, but I think a lot of people have these stencils, don't they? And I feel like you could do that stenciled effect and then just put a die cut lever over the top of it. Quite dark compared to the rest of them. I did think I would go with a red theme, but no, I don't use red an awful lot. Just don't know what it is about this that I'm not a fan of, but I'm hoping someone else will be. And I just used some of that silver glitter cardstock, as you can see underneath as well. So those are my 10 ideas for you to give a try. 10 different kinds of techniques that you can use. If you're in a rut or you're stumped and you're not quite sure what design to go for, it's always great to have some of your card ideas ready to go, I think. I also have a little book with my layout ideas in here. I always take photos, for example. So I've got layouts at the front and card ideas at the back. Draw my designs out, what I want to do, or as you see here, I just take pictures of cards as well, so I don't forget if I want to do them again. So I've got all of those stored in that. So I hope that's inspired you to make some cards. If you're on my Instagram channel, you know I've been sharing these all week in the lead up to Valentine's Day, but I thought I'd share them today rather than tomorrow, just in case you need to make a last minute card yourself. Like I say, some of these took 10 minutes to do. Some took over an hour, so pick wisely with the time you've got and the supplies in your stash. But otherwise, have a great Valentine's Day tomorrow, and I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.